All right, we are live. We are live. We are live. Keith.
What's up, boss?
Oh yeah, let me fit the screen, brother. There you go. What's happening, man? We are live.
What's
We are
happening?
live.
It's Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. We are live, man. All right, cool. Anybody, you tuning in right now, let's go ahead and get those numbers up. Let's make sure that we share. We're gonna whoop Facebook tonight, man. We're gonna make them break this little algorithm that they got going on to hide all this positivity that we keep dropping. So let's go ahead and make sure that we share. Let's hit that share button, get some more people on. Let's get some more people involved into this conversation tonight. Tonight, we are exploring the music industry and what is next. And we're gonna relate this thing into the reality of the situations that we are living in. So we're really gonna tackle a few issues. We have a surprise guest for you that we didn't even tell you that we were gonna have. So we have a surprise guest. He's waiting on us right now. In the event, waiting on our featured guest of the night. We have a multi-platinum Grammy-nominated uh, artist, songwriter, and straight musical pioneer. Some people will call that a legend in some circles. He agreed to come on tonight and share a little bit of his expertise. If nobody knows about the music game, if he don't know it, nobody does. So he actually agreed to come on and share his expertise with everyone that's interested, as well as we're gonna be exploring some things to really tackle how this relates to the realities of the situations that we are in. That's the bottom line. All right, cool. Keith, let's go ahead, man. Let me share the results of this poll. Let me see. Let me get started right here. I got to work with technology.
Cool bean.
Yeah. Yeah, let me see here. We got, so the poll of this week, and let me see. I guess I got to stop there. I'm sorry, man. I'm still trying to work this technology. No, I got it right. All right, so it's scrolling down the bottom. If you saw the poll and you contributed to the poll, we greatly appreciate you. What we have right now, we had a poll of the week, and the question was: have you supported an artist, DJ, promoter? Something choppy in the sound. Yeah, there's something choppy in the background with the sound. But we're gonna fight through it, bro. We'll figure it out. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But there's definitely, matter of fact, let me check my mic. Let me see. Check your mic. Hold on, Keith. Every week, man. Every single week.
Jason.
Every single week, you got a technical difficulty. Goodness
gracious. I tried not to have one this week.
Yeah, every single week, you got some type of technical difficulty. It's a tablet, computer, phone, whatever.
So it's chopping?
Yeah, well, you got a noise. Is it a fan blowing or something like that, man? You got a noise going on.
I just turned the fan off. I had the fan going. I just turned the fan off.
Well, we'll figure it out, man. We'll figure it out. All right, cool. So ain't nobody gonna stop us from releasing this information. So the poll of the week was: have you supported an artist, DJ, promoter, entertainer since the closing of venue? Have you supported an artist, DJ, promoter, entertainer since the closing of venues? And please, not too many messages. It throws me off. Now, and I actually asked people if they have so far. All you have to do, please explain. And we had a couple people that actually did. And let's see. Guess and Keith, you answered the poll, and you said yes. You have supported an artist, a DJ, a promoter, and an entertainer since the closing of the venues. So, how have you supported an artist, and entertainer since the closing of venues?
Well, honestly, and my brother is actually live. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my brother TK Rich, he's actually on live. My brother Kiwi, he's actually an artist. He's actually a rap artist. So he's actually online tonight. And so what he do is he been sending me his songs and things for me to listen to, and give him, my opinion and my feedback on it. So of course, so most definitely I supported artists since this pandemic been going on.
Awesome, 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 awesome. Now, and we're gonna tie into that when we bring on our guests, our not the featured guest, but we got a special guest, right? We're gonna definitely
Yeah.
drop that. Now, the results of the poll. We appreciate everybody that took their time and actually participate in the poll. What I have so far is they kinda supported nobody. That's zero. The next up was no. We only had two people that did not support any artists, DJs, promoters, entertainers. Now, cast no judgment. Now, they gave us the true statement, and we had 10 people that actually voted yes, and I was kind of surprised by that myself. So what we're gonna do at this time right now is actually bring on our special guest that he came in. I called up on him. He's like a brother to me, and I called up on him. I asked him. I said, "Hey, bro, this is what we got going on. You think you probably jump in, you more of an expert on this situation than I am. You think you can jump in and help us out?" And he, without hesitation, jumped in and did. Now, we're going to go ahead and bring him into this conversation. Without further ado, let me introduce our brother, DJ Lil Blazing 1023.
Good people, how y'all doing?
Yes, sir.
On
Yes,
that
sir.
stick, staying quarantining.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, how do you
Say
feel about
quarantine.
the results of the poll? You see the results that we have on the poll, man. How do you feel about that, brother?
well, when it comes to the, about being supported, I actually represent the other half of what everybody's saying. One of the artists or the DJs, the people that's actually living off of music, and I actually live 100% off of music.
Mm-hmm.
Forget, what anybody may think, what I mean? I actually, everything that I do is off of music, and then I can't front. I haven't got one supporter,
Wow.
I actually, I could say I probably had a handful of people maybe reached out to me to do graduation parties last minute. You know what I mean? I mean, like, spare the moment. Hey man, today we decided to do a graduation party. Can you come right now? You know what I mean? And I couldn't really, really, do that because I was kind of on the actual vacation vacay with my wife. But other than that, I haven't had no friends, no nobody that sent Cash App $8. You can't really get mad because that's really a part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? There is no money. So, um, I've did a couple live shows, which was cool. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But as a music, I could say, you gotta it really makes you sit back and think of other ways of hustling within your craft. You know what I mean? So,
Yes, sir.
and me and you, off of being like 15-year friends, I can't lie. I thought of, certain ways that, I can flip my music money into a necessity that is allowed in a crisis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes what I mean by that is, we know with all these guidelines in every country and every, county and every city, you know what I'm saying? So if you know that, food supplies or certain businesses they're allowing to be open to help out the pandemic, you know what I'm saying? Why not use that same creative mind that you would do in music to make a song? Use that in a way of creating a business to create you money, or what I'm saying, help support your life until the music bounce back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because as of clubs and bars, as you know, I own a facility in Tallahassee, the venue, and for bars and restaurants, man, it's always a to be continued. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So if you was to talk about me on the surviving as a independent artist or a DJ, that's one thing. But I'm touching on being a DJ and being an entrepreneur. So
Yeah.
therefore, even on the entrepreneur side, when I watched your one show that, I really fell in love with what you got going on. I support this and I had to. So, I was excited to be on the show, but you was talking about getting loans, grants, other things. A lot of people, especially DJs, don't know that they can get, some of that COVID, paycheck. And I can't front, man. And, just keeping it 100, a lot of average people that didn't have jobs or didn't have good paying jobs are
Yeah.
making more money right now by being legit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I know some people that got, you know, up to about 3 bands. You know what I'm saying? Living life. I can't front, you know, and it's so crazy. Some of the people you might look at, you know, oh, they work at this, or oh, they do these little pop-up jobs, or oh, this is Mr. Handyman. But once they kind of gave an avenue which a lot of people didn't look deeper in. I looked over it. I didn't know, you know, until I ran into people like my wife and you that would let them know that, you know, if you self-employed, this can really, you know, you can get some of this by knowing where to get it, you know? So, you know, if you learn how to hustle and to sit back and think of ways of survival, you know what I'm saying? It'll be good for you if you do the music. But if you one of the people that's just want to, or a DJ or artist that just want to cheap shot and just show up to the show, oh man, you going through it right now. You know, it ain't no showing up to the show.
And I want to really touch based on everything you just said, and to keep everything in the proper perspective, right? With first and foremost, if this is your first time tuning in to Shift, what Shift is a platform. In order to provide some type of actual change in any type of element, environment, whatever, you have to have two things. This is our philosophy. You have to have two things. One is a platform, and the other one is vehicles. The vehicles that drive towards the platform and vehicles that drive away going somewhere else. You know, those are the two things that bring about change. So Shift, we're using Shift as an actual platform to be able to bring about change to whatever environments that we're dealing with, right? So you brought up a great thing, and you see what a lot of people, a lot of times they don't remember about Coach Jason Hunter. Before all this, I was Jordan Slim, you know. You remember that guy. And for me, if it wasn't for music in my life, I was exposed to music at a very young age. So if it wasn't for music, I would not be, I'm not going to say I would not, because I believe there's a plan. There's always a plan that's larger than ourselves. That's what I believe. You know, so what I'm saying is that if it wasn't for music, I would probably, I just don't see how I would be on this platform right now or be real interested in creating these platforms. And one of the biggest things is that what I want to make sure by doing this show is that people truly understand the importance of the music industry, entertainment, and the people who are really involved on a day-to-day with this. You and Thrill that we're bringing in a second, both of y'all schedules are jam packed. It don't matter if you making $1 or not making $1, you always at it. That's the work ethic of being in the music industry. I've seen it myself. You know, so to have you on here and to have our brother Thrill to agree to just give his valuable time, it should mean a lot, not to just myself, but to everybody that's out there. So I want to make sure that people really understand the value of what's sitting right in front of them. And once again, I'm gonna point out my co-host here, brother Keith. He done had technical difficulties again. Watch him pop back up.
Hear me back.
He do it every week, man. Every week. Let me see if I can bring him back in. You ready, Keith?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Listen, so, I couldn't hear you this time.
Yeah. Oh, you couldn't hear me?
Yeah, I was like, crazy.
Keith, I'm not getting started on that. Make sure as you're watching this right now, this is a very interactive platform. So you will feel free to ask questions. We actually have, let me see, we got Lacano. Lacano is actually viewing us from New York. What's going on, bro? We glad you here, man. Be safe. Yeah. Yeah, Lacano's actually, he's in entertainment. He's an actor of many other things, you know, entrepreneur. We also have, let me see, as soon as we open up, India went ahead and clapped those hands. She was glad that we here. We glad that you here too. She's up in Atlanta. And we have, oh, look who's coming to visit us. Miss Kiva Edmonds. Is that DJ we went and seen in Thailand? Yeah. Kiva is grown now, man, with kids and all, family, everything, man. You know, and we remember Kevia as being a 13, 14-year-old kid with a whole lot of energy and a lot of untapped talent. You know, so to see her doing well with her family, man, that is a blessing. We glad you're here today, Kevia. We got some more comments coming in. Let me see. Good evening. We got the pastor, James Banks, man. We glad you're here again another night. We greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate you for being here. Definitely. And that's out of Thomasville, right, Keith?
Yeah, that's out of Thomasville, Georgia, 31792.
So we got oh man, that's what 1, 2. We got 3 states so far. Everybody else come in here, let us know where you're from, let us know where you're at, let us know who you are and what you do. Definitely. Oh, yes, sir. Mr. Hey, look who popped up, Mr. Jamal Sermon, brother. Yes, sir. DJ Serm in the building. We greatly appreciate you being here tonight, man. Greatly appreciate you. All right. So I think without any further ado, what we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna bring the man of the hour on. And I'm telling you, if you have any questions, any thoughts, do not hesitate to comment anything. This is your time to be able to hear from somebody who truly has way more answers than the 3 of us sitting on the screen right now. Hey, little boy, I know you're a bad brother and everything.
I'm a kid. I'm a kid when it comes to him. You know what I mean?
Sir.
I'm a
Yes,
kid. I was starting on them records. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we're gonna share a little bit more about that history with you as well. We got Shalita Shantae, South Florida in the building. Hey, my wife is so excited about this show here, man. You know, so I have to, every time she drop her comment, you know, I got to put it up front. Yeah. Say, but definitely, yeah, we glad you made South Florida in the building. We down here in Broward County right now. Okay, cool. So,
Jason, we got a few people on the watch party here.
On the watch party,
we got Dan Brown, Jewel, Denise Wilson.
Okay.
We got my brother TK Rich. We got Travis Ingram, Kevin Cochran, Asia Flanders, Santana Mathis.
Yes, sir. Asia
we got Joe Lawson, and we got Avon Dwayne Senior.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We glad that all y'all made it to the show. Matter of fact, I found out with watch parties, I think they can hit a button that says live comments, and that will put them into our actual feed so we can be able to see. There's a lot of people that's watching and we can't see all your comments. You know, so if you're able to get into the live feed, then that'll help us out a whole lot. Now, with no further ado, we're gonna bring the man, the legend, the pioneer to the table, Mr. Thrill Da Playa. How are you doing, sir?
Hold up. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody out there in viewer land.
Yes, sir. We hear you loud and clear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look, boy, I see you.
Yeah, he a professional. We got a professional on there, Mr. Dunk in the Trunk.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Most definitely. And I'm trying to get down to there we go. Hey, this is so much of a surreal moment for me, because I remember being in Tallahassee, Florida. That's back in the day, my heydays, right? And I remember listening to Ghetto Fabulous live, man. That was the only radio show I would ever listen to. And you know, for to have you to be on this right here, it makes it feel like everything full circle. Now I'm gonna share with a lot of people my personal relationship with you, and even with Lil Boy, is that I met you. I believe I was 20. I was 20, turning 21 years old, and I was getting into the music business and the music scene in Tallahassee. I was definitely who I am today. I was the exact polar opposite with my decision making, if that makes sense to a lot of people. And what I know is that I remember, and I would call it very, very well, very vividly, because I knew you just a little bit, but there was this one defining moment, right? And me at 20, 21 years old, I decided I wanted to get a little hot-headed and frustrated at an event that you actually brought me into, you know, and we had a misunderstanding. But when you looked at me so calm and you told me, you said, brother, I'm gonna tell you this, Slim, just always remember, I'm gonna be the same man that you mad at. It's gonna be the same man that you thank for helping you later. And but well, you not allowed. So to be honest with you, I have a relationship with Thrill. You know, I look at Thrill as my big brother. And he, even every phase of my life, my transition to this, Thrill has actually been a part of it. So to have someone in your corner that does not necessarily benefit or have to be involved in your transition speaks milestones for me, as far as making sure that I stay involved with anything it is that you do. And I'm great to have you be a part of this tonight. You know, we go back. And what's amazing, and I'm gonna testify to this when I'm be quiet. But the beauty of it all is that with all the accomplishments that you have, what really always stuck out for me was that your ability to capture young talent and motivate them, not just motivate them, but build a platform for them to actually be able to do something on it. You know, you've been involved with a lot of people's careers that are out there right now. And you know, it really inspired me to actually want to do more. So I want to make sure I put all that out there to the atmosphere. You give people their roses while they here. All right, so yes, sir.
Hold that thought. Let me run. I want to run and get my charger right quick so the phone will die. Hold on 1 second, 2 seconds.
No problem. Now, as a matter of fact, we'll keep it rolling. Now, I want to make sure that this time we are asking people. We need to know who is here, because I know I have some people that are in the entertainment industry, as well as what's very important. I want to make sure people understand is that we got so many little brothers, sisters, cousins, nephews. I got 2 nephews that can wrap circles around. They rather be they definitely rather be in making money off of entertainment than be doing anything else. You know, so if you have anyone that is not available tonight, they're not jumping on this, but you know them, you might want to make sure you're asking questions for them. Okay, so you know, just feel free anytime. Make sure you leave your comments, ask questions. Keep an eye on that watch party. I know we got
I sure will.
Appreciate you. All right, most definitely. All right, cool. Let's get this party started, especially you, little boy. Yeah, definitely, little boy. You had touched on something, man. I felt your spirit, bro.
Pretty much, you know, just saying, you know, to all the, you know, up and coming. Well, I'm gonna talk for my community, the DJs. Yes, you know, keep up practice. This is time where, you know, and I'm gonna get on myself. I've been touching it, but you know me, Georgia, you know, me and you go back to when I was about, you know, 12, 13, getting it in, but just so much of, you know, getting a break. This is, I guess, my first time in my whole career to actually take time to myself to get to know, you know, me as being a workhorse, who I really am on the off time. So, but as of up and coming DJs, I would say take this time to practice, you know, take this time to learn, you know, different genres of music. You know what I mean? It should be no reason why, you know, no DJ is slipping when we go back into the club. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no DJ should say, you know, I didn't have time to get no music. I don't have no music. What? You had about, what we going on, about 4 months, 5 months? So I would say, you know, for every DJ that's looking for an opportunity, every DJ, you know, that want to get into the nightlife or step it up, or even a lot of new DJs, I can say that too. You know, since this quarantine, there's been a lot of people that's been, you know, trying to get into this industry by learning the craft, you know, from what, you know, they can come up with. But I would say for all the people that's, you know, in this world, you know, while you got some downtime, practice. So when you do get an opportunity, you can do your best, you know. That's pretty much, and think of other things too. You got
definitely. Now, as far as you know, with Thrill, did you catch any of what? Because I know I think you came in like on a snippet of when Lil Boy at the very beginning, he was really kind of expressing. I think for one, some of the problems that are out there, because and that's what I had to talk with him about, was that with people, we have to understand the power of music, and with music, we have to look at and I don't want to talk too much about everything that's going on because we're so oversaturated with it. but we don't have no choice but to. And the only difference between now and the last time all this type of stuff had, or a snippet of this stuff has happened, was that you had the James Brown that was able to go and do a concert and calm everybody down. Like right now, people are running to the streets, but you don't have that vehicle that people can run to and calm everybody down. That was the DJs, the promoters, the entertainers, the artists, the musicians. You know, so with right now is that music and entertainers and people that are making a living directly off of this vehicle, right? This industry are being affected and impacted in a way, but they've done so much for humanity, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
you know, so and I heard that being expressed from what Lil Boy was really saying at the very beginning. What do you think are some things that people can do, for one, on the people side? What are some things that people can do to really help entertainers who have helped them in their day-to-day lives before all this stuff? What can they do to help entertainers get through these places? You know, these places in life, because everybody's not 100 million strong right now. You know.
Right, right. I think for most entertainers, you know, our gift is a gift, whether you're a DJ, whether you're an artist, a rapper, or a producer. And like most gifts that God gives, those gifts aren't given to us for us. They're given to us for us to bless other people with. The person that's had a long week and getting off on the weekend and needs somebody to help ease their spirit. That's why I try to often get artists to make as positive and fun music as possible, because people have enough problems. They go, you know, they got bills, they got problems at work, problems at home. This baby mama may not have a baby daddy. When people turn on music, they don't necessarily want to hear about more problems all the time. It's really an escape for a lot of people. So what I would tell all entertainers, you know, when the trap jumping for us, save up for a rainy day, because in times like these, the people need us more so than we should be asking anything for them, because we have a God-given gift to give back, and God will take care of us. That's why I don't understand any of the artists that are turning down the versus battle and stuff like that, because the people need you now. If they're part of you, no matter how big you are, I salute Babyface, I salute Teddy Riley, people who have banks and budgets that don't have to get off their throne to come and do anything, but they see the need and respect the fan base and want to offer them something when we can't offer them a touch in public.
Yes, sir.
That's real.
Yes, sir.
That's real.
I wanted to, man, you hit on something big. I wanted to definitely share with you. Bill Brill is checking in from Orlando. Had to make sure.
Yeah, and CERN, I seen you. Hey, man, Dale, CERN, appreciate y'all, everybody out there.
Definitely. As well as we had Bishop George Brown Jr., you know, appreciating the platform. It's greatly appreciate you. You know, what else? I'm gonna make sure I don't get away from nobody. As well as we had this is an awesome moment, the Millionaire Portfolio Group, and this could still happen. Definitely. All right. Now, but I'm glad you made a very, very, very valid point. Now with it sounds almost as there's kind of like a law of reciprocity, which I believe in. You know, I know I talked to Lil Boy briefly about something of what I noticed is a lot of times is that the public, we have like our favorites, our top picks or whatever, but we are quick to really kind of support people, you know, oh, that was the killer. If we look at everything that's going on right now, I am so proud of the people that are really, really stepping up, especially from the music industry. If we look at a lot of our leaders are the rappers that a lot of other people vilified, you know, Killer Mike, even T.I., whatever they want to say, as well as you look at Trey the Truth, Slim Thug, all these rappers that are stepping up to the plate, right? And I'm just saying that for a simple example as when I look at certain rappers that it's almost like if you look at their whole track record over and over again, they have been fueling a fire. You get what I'm saying? and then now when the fire goes to burning, they ain't nowhere to be found. You get what I'm saying? And one of the unique things that I noticed, and I didn't really notice it until I started working with teens, and you pointed out to me, you have sold millions of albums worldwide without using one profanity. And I didn't notice it until you pointed it out to me. You know, so with the positivity in your music, what if there's a young person that's watching this right now, what is something that you would say to a young person that is considering really chasing that goal of where they want to be as far as with music, but kind of has some twists and turns about where they want to be, you know, how they want to do it.
Yeah, I believe again, you know, everything with me from the beginning, from my first album to now, is spiritual. Meaning, before I dropped the lyric, I told God, Lord, if you bless me to just be able to have a career, I'll honor you with it by just making music without cussing. Because you got to remember, we was coming up, we was in high school and middle school when Luke and Two Live Crew was popping. So when we would want stuff to come to our school, the artists that we wanted, they were so mature and adult content that we could never get no group. So we was like, man, we be a group, we just need to be able to perform everywhere, in schools and high school and middle school or whatever. So we just so happened to come along that time, and I made that deal with God. And over my career, I won't lie, you know, after having success, and then because after you jump out there, you know, the sophomore album, the junior album, those efforts can be shaky coming behind a record like a Tootsie Roll. So you can get discouraged and you can try new things such as following trends and putting stuff out there. I remember I did a song with Yin Yang Twins, Grey Goose, which to me was at a time where I really needed a hit record. And the record started to gain legs. And we started, because with every record we drop, I go out and support them with promo shows to make sure the crowd can touch us and feel us. Well, we were in the crowd. We'll start performing the song. If you don't give a what, put your middle fingers up. And the crowd loved it, but I look in the front row, I see 7, 8-year-olds with their middle finger up, rocking to the beat. And that was, at that point, as bad as I needed a record, because I was on radio. You know, I had a outlet to move it. For me, it convicted my spirit, so I stepped back from the record, gave Yin Yang the record. They ended up putting it on their album, and it did better for them, even though I could have used the record. So I'm saying that to say this, just like you say, people have been, you know, putting in, and then when the fire jump off you, there's nowhere to be found. I always wanted to be a man of what I stood for. Not to say that me or anybody else don't make mistakes, but no matter how the success comes, and I would tell any youngin' that stick to your values, whatever your values are. And musically, I'm gonna tell you like this: if you get your gift from God, I ain't trying to say anybody got to do Christian rap or not, because there was a time in my career where I was like, Lord, am I supposed to just stop making this party music and just do Christian rap? And I clearly heard the voice of the Holy Spirit say, well, then who will be over here to help Will Smith make just straight music for people to make the alternative? And for me, that was eye-opening, but it taught me to still stick to my convictions no matter how close I could be to success. Just wait and trust what God got for me, and it'll all work out.
Now let me ask this. Let me ask this too. Now, I'm glad you hit on that, man. And I hope somebody really it touches somebody else for them to understand. You know, but why have, you know, I'm looking at Lil Boy, and then I have you on the scene as well, and you know, Lil Boy has traveled all over the world DJing. You know, now as far as the relationship between the artists and DJs right now, how important do you think that is with making it through this situation until, you know, things get stable or whatever? How do you view the artist DJ relationship? And I think that kind of gives us both sides of the story, being able to have an artist as well as have a DJ right here. You know,
I actually DJ for this guy when he comes in Tallahassee and surrounding areas.
Yes, sir.
I do tracks with him. So, you know, I do 69 Boys. You know, I will kill a 69 boy set.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So me and on the real, you know, real talk, what a lot of people might not know, people like Thrill, I say DJ Dab, I say Marco, I say, TJ Chapman, I say, you know what I mean? I can go down a list of cats. These cats are like my older brothers. I
Yeah.
was a little cat, I got in the game at 10, you know what I mean? I was able to do my talent and get out here in a major, a bigger light and a bigger platform. But guys like Three of the Player and Dap, which is big in radio, Blazing 1023, PD, and also an artist himself. A lot of guys like that, they help coach me. But saying that to say, I think in times like this, people should go back old school and get to know each other as a friend.
Hmm.
Everybody's so quick to flash money. Everybody's so quick to send an Instagram, hey, hey, DJ Soldier Slim, come and DJ for me, but really don't take time to get to know each other and create a chemistry. You know what I'm saying? So I would
Hmm.
say, for every, DJ that want to DJ for an artist, major artist, up and coming artist, a homeboy, or if an artist want to be an artist or a DJ want to be a DJ, it goes back to, you know, the chemistry of working on your craft, but actually networking. Right now I would say, speaking of this conversation, for every DJ that is not able to make any money off of your craft, you should be learning how to be a producer. You should be learning how to, learn about the business of it. Go to these OGs like the Three of the Player. Go to these OGs that know business. Ask them how to type up a contract. You feel me? Learn how to, you know, perfect your craft and your business too. Because just like you're a good DJ, if you don't have the business skills of knowing the business, you will never really make no money. You will always, be controlled. You know what I'm saying? You'll only make so much. So, a part of what made me is by being up on the guys like Three of the Player who took me as a little brother and different guys that teach me the game. Because what this guy, even my brother Three of the Player don't know, when I feel a big fan of him and say, yo, I gotta listen to him, is when I seen him on the Oprah Winfrey show
Yeah.
doing the train at the end. You see what I'm saying? So think about, this is somebody that you cool with. And I know, I DJ for Pain, but me and Pain, we grew up with each other. But somebody that you didn't know that you meet at a record pool meeting, that a lot of people don't know the record pool meeting, that's basically a networking social where you have
Hmm.
artists, you have A&Rs, you have record labels, you have, mainstream artists, you know what I'm saying, that you can really touch. You can really be one-on-one and really meet. You know what I'm saying? To pull you to the side, you put you up on game. But things like that is what people should be doing right now. They should be trying to get out here and ask Thrill, hey, back in the day, what are some of the things you did? Take what the OGs did and, put it in the new, generation way. And one of the things that you hit on in the very beginning, is a lot of stuff that's going on, including the COVID, including the boycotting. One thing I can say about this new 2000 generation is once they kind of know what we standing for, they stand together. It's not
Hmm.
about your culture or who you with or nothing what you do. It's about, coming together to try to stand behind something. But one of the things that I was talking to one of the kids that I mentor, because I mentor kids, and one of the things he pulled me to the side and put me on game, I was asking him, like, why are y'all kids really acting out? Why are y'all riding four wheelers through the city? Why are y'all, what I'm saying, going, y'all so bored and you're supposed to be on curfew, but y'all will show up to gas stations and throw parties and just get in trouble. And one of the things the kid told me, he said, man, look, boy, you got to look at it like this. You had people in the 70s and the 80s able to tell you things. Our generation, we didn't have no OGs to put us on game. So when we created an avenue and we got our first taste of making some major money and we don't know what we doing. We just doing something. But think about it, they getting way more money than we get. They got avenues of making money right here in the house and don't leave. Look at 6ix9ine. Look at different
Yeah.
guys, just whether no matter what they stand for. But these kids are making money. But it's time for people like the Three of the Player. You reach out to them cats. and learn, hey, when I do get an opportunity like you did, what should I do? What shouldn't I do? You know what I mean? So I know how to invest my money. So that's kind of how I feel on it.
Yeah, you got thoughts on that one, Thrill?
Yeah, the question I had lost. I got clicked out on this thing, trying to chat back to somebody on the screen, and the phone done hooked up. So I missed the question. If you could re-ask it, I definitely got some feedback because little boy saying some interesting stuff.
Yeah, definitely from basically the relationship between DJ and artist. Like, what is the most important thing between the DJ community and the artist community right now? You know, to be able for both to work together to be able to really help each other out through this situation.
Yeah, I think this is a healthy culture for the DJ artist relationship, and reason being, for a long time, let's just take Florida music for example. Florida music, the music known to Florida is bass music. The music known to California is G-funk music, or West Coast. The music to the East Coast is hip hop. In Houston, in Texas, is slab music. Every market have their own music, but DJs are what you would call the programmers. Over the years, DJs have become so used to just supporting what's hot, even if it's not from their market, that in a sense, just by throwing parties, they've been able to make a living. But with things breaking down the way it has, it forces DJs who want to make a living from home to interact with artists that have been trying to pay them the whole time. I've never understood the culture of DJs out here that will not take $50 from a local artist that's trying to get their music broke and live up to the commitment of paying them. It's artists that myself, I've helped pay light bills, cell phone bills over the years, but and I know I don't make white music, but I'm saying this so you younger artists will know. Everybody get doors slammed in their face, but the DJs for a long time have been willing to work with artists from California, from Houston, from everywhere else, not making a dollar from it. Not except what they get paid to spend records in the club. When you have local artists that support your nights and they're not asking for their song to be played in prime time, but it's almost made me feel that DJs don't want to make no money. They just want fame from playing a hot record, and that don't work. So what I've noticed is the more DJs I can reach out to and pay them for a campaign, whether it's posting or rerun this record in your live mix, they're humble now to the point that they will listen and say, oh, okay, yeah, yo, send me that, man, and cash out me this, and we can get some things done that we could not get when they were out there just doing the culture chasing the hype from a hot club night where they could play all the hot records that they were getting no support from the artist or label from.
You touched on a major thing, though, man. Because
definitely.
For me, let me see. When I was doing my music, when that's what I just turned 38 the other day. So that's what 20. That's like what 17 years ago. And for 17, 18 years ago, and for me, I understood the formula didn't change. See, for me, when I came in, I wasn't scared to pay people. I knew that I needed to invest to get where I needed to go. And once I invested and people started believing in, me backing myself, I saw that people I could move a whole lot easier than anybody else. Because now, the initial investment was just for somebody to hear me. And then once I got in, I was like, oh man, hold on. You invest in yourself, I'm willing to invest in you too. So I understood like that portion of the game when I first started. So here we are almost 20 years later, and the game is still the exact same from what I'm hearing.
Well, the bottom line is I think work is gonna be the same, meaning people don't go to work. They go to work to get paid. So they'll easily take your money and say they're gonna do something, but then not do it. That's since the beginning of time. I mean, God bless Adam and Eve with a whole paid for land, trees, food, everything they needed, and they still found a way to not live up to the deal. You understand what I'm saying? So I think just find in this business that we in, finding people of good character that live up to their word, that want to make money, and that's in it for the right reasons. You can't pay a DJ enough in the world if he's only in it to get all the hot girls out the moon every day, because he's not coming here to make a check. You know, he's coming to attract females. So unless you got the hottest females on your team, then you're not going to attract that person. So I just don't want to see people waste the time, and I just want to remind them that you're still going to have to go to these DJs. And if the DJs that have been supporting you have not got you to where you're trying to go, then either add DJs or get rid of the ones that you with, because they're not the ones for the job. You know, there are always new DJs out, but try to build a relationship with the ones that's gonna do what they say they're gonna do. And then in times like these, while you sitting at home, if the ones that you've been helping you ain't pushed it hard enough, reach out to some more DJs. What DJ LaBoy says, right? Try some new things. Try some new people. Try building new relationships. People that want to take your money, spend time with your product, and believe in your vision like you believe in them.
Hey, and I like to tap on that too. Bruh killed it, but I can say one quick way of saying it: find the DJs that's trying to live off of this. Don't find the DJs that's doing this for a hobby. You see what I'm saying? And and he killed it when he said DJs is just trying to get 5 girls out the club. Now I can say this for all the DJs that was enjoying that kind of life. I ain't gonna lie, you got some DJs that actually have a 9 to 5 and they work their regular job, they make their paycheck, and they just need one more thing: a social life. So if I can go somewhere, spin some records, and get a social life and feel like the man, that's what's for them. But I can say, with the DJs that was doing that, as you can see, when that money dries up, you know what I mean? You're gonna be needing the artist to send you $50, to send you those $25, to send you that $100. All money counts. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you're a DJ and you start to say, since I ain't got no gigs, I'm gonna go out here and start a line company. I'm gonna go out here and start a detailing company. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go out here and sell me some hamburgers. You got to think of money that would get you over there to even keep your equipment updated. Things are gonna break in this pandemic. No turntables, no laptop. You know what I mean? No hard drive. You have ended yourself. I'm sad to say it was in a pandemic, but you ended. So you gotta find things to keep your craft updated and funded until the money open up. Like Thrill said, until it opens up, because we don't know as of right now, and maybe you 3 guys can tell me something different. We don't know when it is. It's just a to be continued.
Yeah, most definitely. And we had another question come in here, but I wanted to make sure I touch base on this one right here, because Thrill, I tell you, man, you've been in the lab, right?
Yeah,
You've been working, man. And I caught a snippet of the song that you just did with Luke, with Uncle Luke.
right.
Man, it took me back, because when I heard that first, I said, hold on, and then it dropped in and started kicking in. It took me back to how I felt, not so much how I felt. It literally
Right.
gave me that nostalgia, like, okay. And then now it's coming, I'm like, oh man, it just made me want to go jump back in my 77 Chevy Malibu that I used to have. So I wanted to make sure we acknowledge that you got a project that's already out there, so people make sure they tune in and check you out. And now I'm gonna get to this question that just popped on. This is Zach Jackson, man. He's out. I don't even know where Zach is right now. He's on the other side of the country, world, somewhere right now. But he says, so how do we get the artists and DJs to understand the financial literacy of getting music out there? Because honestly, DJs make their dollar off of playing good music at excuse me, did it cut off on me? Music, and it draws in a fan base for them also. So I think the question is, how do you understand financial literacy of getting music out? So how do you learn the game? Basically, how do you get in and start with learning the game?
Yeah. Well, if that's a question for me, then I would say, because we just came in independently. I came in the music industry from the retail side. We had my family had the largest independent record retail store in the state of Florida called Big Al's Records and Tapes. So I did everything from when I got back from the army. I did everything from order the music to go pick it up. I took Jodeci around, Mary J. Blige, A-Town, all of the groups that would come to town. They would do walkthroughs through our store. So I learned what they were going through while I was learning business side. The best advice I can give any artist that, from a financial literacy standpoint is no matter what you do, you're going to have to invest in yourself and investing in right DJs or promotions people, because back in the days, we used to send money with flyers to be passed out. You might give them the money, but your flyers could sit in somebody's trunk for 2 months and miss the whole project outline. So it's just like politicking. There's no person that you meet. When you meet people in this business, everybody's Don King. They can sell you the biggest dream, the biggest house. They can promote your record the best. They can fill up the clubs the best. But you just have to spend with people. You're going to lose money, just like in relationships with women. You're trying to find the right woman. You're going to spend some money. You're going to lose some money. You're going to have some happy days. You're going to have some sad days. But, just like us, we couldn't get a deal coming in the game. We put Tootsie Roll out independent. And was able to sell 4 million records, because by the time the record companies came along and said, hey, we want to give you a deal, we had already sold 1 million singles on our own. So the deal, it didn't make sense at the time. So, no matter who it is, you got to invest in yourself, you got to invest in DJs. But the good thing about it is, let's say if you go into a city and it changes so much now. Back in the days, one DJ would hold a crown for 10 years. So you knew who you were going to and you knew who you were paying. Now with streaming and the internet, and some DJs use turntables and some DJs use Serato and some DJs use CDJs and no Serato. There's so many different little sticks and codes. You can build a following and don't even mess with the high-powered DJs no more, because if you get enough DJs that DJ Southern Soul events or over here and DJ straight weddings, but nothing less than 200 people, you still keep a living and can make a living, especially since a lot of the stations have switched their format to hip hop, not classic soul no more, but classic hip hop and soul. So the industry's constantly growing. To the artists that want to get out there and make relationships with DJs, you are going to need to have a little bit of finance, but you can look at us, you can look at Kaya, look at a lot of people that started out with just a hit and a little bit of money that went from market to grow our money a step at a time and then go nationwide.
Gotcha. So it's definitely important. And I remember especially like working with especially with young minds, they get so lost into what they think is cool or how it's supposed to go or following whatever. But it was always important to teach them the business principles of it, because without the business, how far is the music going? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. In a nutshell, definitely. I mean, you definitely hit on the key principles. Now, let me ask you this: with the projects that you have going on right now, what should people be looking out for, and how can they actually support you as an artist right now?
Well, listen, let me say this. To the project that we have now, it's called The Notorious Bass. But before I talk about that, I want to salute DJ Lil Boy, because I must honestly say, when I first came, I started my radio career, which y'all lay around Ghetto Family back, but it's on the internet. I started my radio career at Infinity Broadcasting, and then Clear Channel, which is now iHeartRadio, picked me up. But one of the first things, you had a TJ Chapman in Tallahassee. He was a pretty powerful dude, but the best person with the business infrastructure was DJ Lil Boy. And he was young. He might have been 16 years old, but you went to his events, and even though it was young and rowdy, you could clearly see business infrastructure set up in the program, which allowed it to go from area to area. So I want to salute him on that. But what I would also like to say, and that's from his mom being there at the event to talk to people that may have wanted to book him while he was rocking the crowd. You couldn't even really get up to him, man. It was just impressive for it to be years back like that and him to be so far advanced. But the new project is called The Notorious Bass. And one thing you said about how it made you feel, that makes me feel great because, you know, being blessed to still have a career and have relevance. What I got frustrated with over the years is because we spend a lot of time in California. Man, when we go there, we drive from Oakland to LA or Oakland to Coachella. We hear the new music from across the country, but we hear all the classic Death Row, all the classic Tupac, all the classic Warren G, Domino. We go to Atlanta, we might hear all the new stuff, but we hear all the classic Outkast, all the Goody Mob, all the. We go to New York, we hear all the new stuff, but we hear all the classic Nas, all the Notorious Big. But when we come to Florida, you know, we have at 69 Boyz, when you open up Billboard magazine, which we all call the Bible of the music industry, the longest running single in the history of Billboard magazine rap charts is Tootsie Roll by far over any artist by at least 30 weeks. The closest group to us is 30 weeks behind us. The longest running single in the history of any chart is Tag Team, but Tootsie Roll, and Tag Team won't, there it is, but Tootsie Roll is the second longest running single in the history of any chart. And in the top 100 Billboard hip hop songs of the Billboard hip hop charts or rap charts of all time, Tootsie Roll was #1 until Macklemore dropped in 2013. But for the past 25 years, it's been the most popular song. And now it's the #2 song in the top 100 songs. Not some of the groups I love: Outkast, Dr. Dre, Drake, DJ Khaled, Wiz Khalifa. It's a lot of people on that list. But for DJs in Florida to not stand up when I can go to all these other cities, and I say that because DJs program the cities, and I'm getting back into my new project. But I'm saying that because if you look in the 60s when DJs was playing the Temptations and the Isley Brothers and all of that, you had my granddaddy had a baby from my grandmama, the lady next door, the lady down the street, because it was love making in the air.
Yeah.
Then in the 70s, when it came into Superfly, I'm on a butterfly, all that, everybody was walking around with big Cadillacs with diamonds in the back and pimp hair and grills. Then in the 80s, when it became parents just don't understand and girl, treat them like a lady, all that, it was baggy clothes and TLC look. In the 90s, when it became, so what I'm saying is program directors, musicians control the music. Yeah. And what I wanted to get back to, and if you ever want to see what a city is like, get there and turn on their radio station. If you hear a lot of gangster rap, then you don't have to worry about what the crime rate is. That's what it's going to be. That's why they call it program director. If you understand what I'm saying, people really program. When programmers in Florida, which are the DJs, local DJs programming nightclubs, radio DJs programming the people, for them not to say, damn, we've got one of the biggest groups in hip hop right here from Florida, and our music is the top of this chart. These guys did it on the field because these days they called anybody to go. New rappers come in the game and say, oh, this is the new Tallahassee versus the old Tallahassee, as if LeBron could come into the NBA and say, what Michael Jordan did, let's erase that. No. We're just gonna start. This is the new NBA. That's the old NBA. Because cats don't want to prove it on the field. No, you got to prove it on the field. Hip hop is the only sport where cats want to get in it and be the GOAT already. No, to beat Jordan, you got to beat Jordan. Yeah. So when it comes to this music thing, I wanted to get back to what got us there, which was the Notorious Bass. We wanted to take it back to Trump. We wanted to take it back to Florida. Whether DJs support it or not, whether they busy supporting this kind, we're going to always support Florida music. And that's what we wanted to do with this album, The Bass King, and it dropped. The Notorious Bass, it drops in July, and the first single was Mills Run the World, Mom's Intelligent, Love is Fun, Sexy, and the new single is featuring Uncle Luke, JT Money, DJ Niecy D from 24K, and Jay Creek, and it's called Junk in the Trunk. Because down here, we like girls with the junk in the trunk, and girls like boys with bass in the dump.
Yeah, sir.
Straight like that.
Hey, straight like that. That's the bottom line. Most definitely.
And I ain't gonna lie, when I and not to cut everybody off, but when I seen him post about doing, you know, with those features. And see, a lot of these cats don't understand who is that all on one track, bro.
Yeah.
You got 69 boys and 3 of the players. Then you got Luke. Let me see you pop that thing. You know, if you know, you got all that going, and then you got JT Money. So I just know the record gonna be big. And so for everybody that's out here listening, y'all know me in the club. You know, as soon as we get back in there, we're gonna have the walls banging with the junk in the trunk. You know, all car shows, all don'ts. We need that thing to be banging at all car shows. You know, same old thing them boys did in the 90s. Go just look at the Freaknik videos and go if you want to YouTube somebody your home people, go look at Kapalua, go look at Freaknik videos, go look at, you know, what that vibe was when them boys was killing it.
Oh yeah, or you could just look up the Tootsie Roll video. We shot that in Freak D, and it was lit.
Yeah.
But DJ Little Boy just said a very important thing, because what happened when we started, we could get some DJs, but you know how it is in the hood. Man. A lot of times, once you become a little too successful, cats don't want to support you. So we would have to do records like "You Need in Your Life." Hey yo, can I just come go? But that we had to do those kind of records so we could go straight to the hood DJs, because the radio DJs, no matter what you was paying them, no matter how much love you was showing them, it was too much ego there. So that was what I said with this project. I said, you know what? Excuse my French. I'm not begging no DJ this go round. I'm gonna take this bike to the boys with that bass in their trunk. If I got to show up to every car show, and I got to show up to every bass contest, and I'm gonna just bypass the DJs and I'm gonna go straight to the hood. And once them boys put it in their car and it blow their speakers up, then the world gonna know this is what it is.
Yay.
Yeah. But most definitely. All right, hey, with all that being said, what we're not gonna do, we're not gonna hold you up. I'm gonna give people a couple more seconds to drop any type of question or comments that you have. Man, bro, you done dropped so between you and Lil Boy. You know, y'all done dropped so much on him, man. Definitely. You know, one of the biggest things, man, the one thing I really want for people to be able to take away from this shift with the music industry or whatever, you know, is we need to change the narrative, people. You know, the narrative is here. You know, I keep hearing people talking about we need these leaders for this leader ain't doing that. Where they leading you? You know, it's people like we are the people. You know what I'm saying? So we have people. Thrill Da Playa is touchable, approachable. DJ Lil Boy, touchable, approachable. Keith McIntyre. I don't know if you. Matter of fact, I know both of you. I know Lil Boy. I know you met Keith. I think Thrill, you might have met Keith before as well. Keith is actually one of my early students back when he was 13 years old. But he flipped everything around. Man, Keith has been putting in work since he was 16. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about he took that torch down in Thomasville, Georgia, and set it on fire. You know, that whole young community. You know, so what I really want to see come out of all this is people really get inspired enough to change the narrative. You know, you just told the story about Lil Boy being you seeing Lil Boy at 16 years old. His business was more intact than the grown folks. You know what I'm saying? And look at him now. And you tell your story about how you actually came up from you know, you wanted to do this, so you put it together and you did it. You know, so it's really, I think I really hope that we can use this as a platform, especially even with the night, even though we talking about music, which is something that I know is very vital to the communities that we impact and serve. And what I really want, if anything, to come out of this is that people know that you don't have to wait on a leader for anything. All you got to do is, if you see someone such as Thrill that he's doing the thing and he's approachable, man, let's support him. Let's build a relationship with him. Let's help him do what he got to do and let me learn from him. Vice versa, same thing with DJ Lil Boy. You see anybody else that's out there, this is how we change the narrative and start waiting on people to do for us what we can do for ourselves. You know, so we can use music as that platform, that gateway to keep making it happen. Because I know without music, without DJ Lil Boy being involved directly in my life, without and messing up my first show CD, brother, we handled that. But building that relationship without having Thrill that with Thrill and DJ Little Boy, both of them were both in a position that they could have took advantage of me being green, coming in a brand new game I really didn't know about. But they didn't. Instead of doing that, they mentored me, they inspired me, and they helped me find my path. And through all this time, they've still been consistently helping me. That is the change that we all want to see. So let's try to, people, anybody that's watching this, be the change that we actually want to see. Doesn't matter if your platform and your vehicle is music, activism, political, business, whatever it is. You know, this is a prime example of exactly what that looks like. And we greatly appreciate you spending your time tonight to really enlighten some people. Let me see. The only project, matter of fact, and I'm gonna share this with Zach. Hey, and I'm gonna put Zach back on there again, because you gotta remember, you said you served in the Army, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, where Zach at right now?
Where that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I was stationed over there in Germany, and put much love to your service. And Zach, yeah, I'm working on the Notorious Bass album. My solo album is coming out later in the year, but yeah, all focus right now is on that Notorious Bass. And I also want to say this, you know, because you said earlier that the young people don't really feel they got a whole lot of guidance. And I'm gonna just tell them just like this, you know, regardless of what y'all think about people, y'all look at voting like this right here. Some of y'all got a girlfriend, some of y'all got a boyfriend, some of y'all got a fiance, a husband, or a wife. You love that person with all your heart. But if I ask them, is you perfect? I'm sure they would tell me no. Or if I ask you, is your mate perfect? You would probably tell me no. So stop looking for perfect politicians to vote for. But one thing you cannot do is sit home and not vote. And also another thing I'm tired of seeing black folk do. Every time somebody come up for election, black folk want to pull up. Hey man, what's up with this crime bill you signed? What's supposed to be in the crime bill? A Lamborghini for everybody who get arrested? It's called a crime bill. If somebody took my mama life or my grandmama life, I want them to get that crime bill thrown at them, the one before that, the one before that, and the one before that. What I'm saying is, since y'all ain't got no guidance, I'm gonna guide you. Out there in them streets, when we was little boys in the hood, we played cops and robbers. The cops had the guns. When they caught us by the tree, we couldn't, just because the gun didn't shoot real bullets, say, you ain't caught me. We put our hands up. We went and sat on the porch in the play jail until our 10 minutes was over, and we did our time. What's being done now by these artists that made the same music that got a lot of these jits clapping and selling dope and shooting and robbing, now they want to be politicians. But I ain't never heard you apologize for the cats you sent to prison with the music that you made before. But now you want to speak to them, and then you want to wonder why they ain't listening to us, because you won't be honest enough to say, you know what, I told your son to trap or die, but I sent my son to college. I told your son I told my son to say yes officer, no officer. I told your son to say fuck the police. And what happens is you create a culture of young kids that go out here, and then even when they wrong, even though they playing real life cops and robbers, sometimes you get away from the cops, you put your money up. But sometimes you get caught, and you put your hands up, but they're not putting their hands up. They want to fight back, and then some of them, not all of them, get shot in those positions when they was dead wrong, and then we gotta stand up for them like we standing up for George Floyd. And I don't want these jits to get it confused. You're right, Shalita. You gotta be accountable for what you're doing. You out here in these streets trapping. If you get caught, you can't turn on the police, and then now we over here fighting for George Floyd, and now they throwing your story in and just mixing it up because this dude was really a criminal and this dude what? No. The days of that is over. If you know you got something positive, and then you rappers out here and radio hosts telling people not to vote, let me tell you something. If somebody finna sick the military on you and you in America, I don't care if Daffy Duck running against them. I got to get up off my behind and go vote for a better alternative if my people are constantly being oppressed and no change wants to happen. We ain't at the point where we can be like, oh, I'm going to hold my vote hostage. Oh, for real? Well, then you may as well just vote for the party. Man, we're not in this time. You man, this is it. And the last thing I'm gonna say to all the news people out there talking about, oh, this a riot.
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you something. Injustice comes with riots. You can go back to the Rodney King beating. You can go back to the LA riots. You can go back to the riots in the 1800s, in the 1600s. Anytime there's injustice, buildings getting burnt down, all that come with it. But if anybody on this screen right now lost their son, and you sitting at home, if somebody came home and told you, hey man, you just want a free car. If your son just got killed, you ain't even gonna want to hear that. So you definitely ain't gonna want to hear them, hey man, you know they burning down downtown. Man, I don't care, man, whatever. I'm just thinking about my son. So all of that comes with it, man. The riots and all of that. Now, do we condone it? No. But for y'all to act like people who are mad and upset ain't supposed to do something to get attention, I don't agree with that. I don't agree necessarily with people burning stuff down, especially if you ain't finna stop trapping and go get the stuff from the pharmacy your grandmama need because you done burnt down the Target right by the house that you used to go. Then you don't need to burn the damn thing down. If you ain't going to vote, you ain't got no right to burn the shit down that my tax-paying dollars paid for. If you too lazy to get off your ass and vote, then you don't need to burn nothing down. You need to just go straight to the vote.
Yes,
That's real.
There it is. Hey, drop the mic. Drop the mic.
Drop the mic. Drop the mic, Trill. Drop the mic.
Hey, we definitely appreciate you for not holding your tongue on any of that. And we definitely support more artists being more vocal about the actual standpoint, so we can get all the perspectives that are out there, you know.
Exactly. And the thing that I want to say to even DJ Little Boy and Trill is that the thing I love about you guys is that you guys are real, and you're not sugarcoating it, you're not beating around the bush about it. You're being real. And in this season, we need some people that's gonna be real with the younger generation that's coming up, so that we're not being sold lies. So I respect that. I salute y'all for that.
Yeah, definitely.
One thing I can say too to the new generation that's in the check-in, you know, learn what's entertainment and what's real life. See, I always, I got a sister that's 19 and she's so deep in the social media and she live a life and all that. And I was thinking, like, what if one day, everything just switched up? What I told my business partner, I said, what this COVID was kind of like, what we going through is kind of like, it's like, what if the world was coming to an end tomorrow? How would people act? This was a good display of who is going to be there for us, who ain't. This is a display of, like Thrill said, who's going to make action, who ain't. Just like a lot of these bricks are showing up with cones around them, to business owners, if you're in it for the insurance, don't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But if you really need it, just keep it, and it's confusing. So we need people like OGs, and I'm just saying this off of real life experience. I wouldn't have made it through a lot of things I went through, or made it to the level I wouldn't if I wouldn't have had an OG like Thrill, man. You know what I'm saying? What do you say to cats that already done it before the internet? The internet is easy. It's one push. But I'm talking about before the internet. I'm talking about go out there. If anybody that's looking at this show, one thing you can get from the night and what you can learn from a OG is learn how to wear both hats. One thing Thrill and by being around guys like that taught me, he said, yeah, he like how I got my business together, but you got to look at how your OG's doing it. If they doing it the right way and this is working, learn that way. Learn how they doing contracts. Learn how they, you know what I'm saying? So therefore, outside of having an awesome night and all the girls and all the hype in a packed party, you can make sure you getting your money. You know what I mean? The new generation, and like I say, Big Bruh hit it. This new generation, they're excited off of, and they're fully content with having a 9-to-5 and going to the club and wearing my best outfit and getting views and likes. But what is that gonna do with your career of living? If you're trying to, as everybody, these new artists, oh Lord, and I know Thrill see it all the time. Music is my life. Nobody loves it as much as me. Oh, listen, man, I've heard it all.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But what do you say to somebody that, been on Oprah Winfrey's chair, This man has done it from a music store. You don't even know what a music store is. You know what? Snatch it off of YouTube. You don't even know. So before you sit down and get on the level like I'm the GOAT, and I'm glad he hit that. I'm the GOAT. How are you the GOAT? What is the GOAT? I thought somebody wanted to be the best. Now I want to be an animal. I want to be me. I want to be the best version of me. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like I say, learn how to wear both hats. Be a businessman like the Jay-Z's, the 50 Cents, the different guys. No matter what their character is for the entertainment purposes, look at the business. You know what I mean? And look how far ahead they are. Look, you know, no matter what Kanye is doing, but look how he's doing this bit, you know, everybody's, you know, trying to step their business up in this time of crisis, what it seems like. So YouTube that, learn that is what I would say. Learn the business.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And by the way, that's my mom that sent you a personal message there, Thrill.
Hey, thank you, Miss Hunter. So appreciate that. So appreciate
We love Mama Hunter. We love Mama Hunter.
Yeah. And I want to let everybody know, man, y'all follow me on Twitter at Thrill Da Playa. And it's ThrillDaPlaya, like it's on the screen. And it's the same thing on Instagram at Thrill Da Playa. On Facebook, on Thrill Da Playa fan page. 69 Boys. It's official 69 Boys on Instagram. It's the 69 Boys fan page on Facebook. Fast Cash, you can follow him at Fast Cash 69 Boys with a Z on IG and Snapchat. I ain't on Snapchat. But that's how y'all can keep up with us, man. A lot of merch stuff going on. We'll be touring, we dropping videos. Yeah, that's it. Shit, a lot of the other songs that we dropping off the album, man, y'all are gonna be very pleased if you're from Florida. We thank you for your support. If you're from Florida, but you're somewhere else in the world, you'll be able to be proud of this one. And we just, thank y'all for y'all support.
Definitely. We're greatly
Junk in the
appreciate
trunk.
you being
Junk
here.
in the trunk.
Yeah. So we definitely gonna make sure we put everything behind supporting you, making sure that you continue to put that good energy out there that people so much need, man. So definitely we greatly appreciate you for being here tonight, giving us your time. You didn't have to do this, and I want to make sure that I speak on behalf of everybody who's watching now and how it's going to replay out, because we always get even more viewers then. I challenge any parent that is out there and any big brother, big sister, uncle, auntie, and you got that rapping nephew, son, and all that stuff there. Share this video with them so they can hear it directly from the mouth. A lot of people do not get to hear this information. So make sure you share this with that younger generation that's trying to do this. There's even some grown men, it's me and my age, that still want to be able to do this. And I believe there's lanes out there for everybody to be able to do it, as long as you know how to do it. You get what I'm saying? So definitely,
man, if I can, before you leave, because you just said something very important. Lanes, to all my DJs out there, listen. When 69 Boys first came out, and probably a lot of DJs that's my age when you first came out, we did stuff at 18, 19, 20 years old for people who did not have no money. It was just like it is for the young kids now. Everybody get in free, everybody drink free till 12. But now that you are older, some of y'all DJs, you need to make room for the younger DJs in the young club, and then you need to go and start some grown folk nights somewhere, so grown people can go to. See, because the tension between the young DJs, and then when they don't have a deep enough catalog as you have, the first thing they're gonna do is say, "Oh, that's the old school DJs. That's the OGs. We the young Gs," because they can't go up against a DJ as deep as a DJ Little Boy who know all generations of music. That being said, DJs, come on, man, it's different lanes than everybody trying to DJ at the moon on Wednesday. It's a shame in markets like Tallahassee, it's only one top flight when there's so many grown people that my age was willing to pay $80 to go see Mr. Clinton. We didn't care how we got the money. $80 to go see 69 Boys, and we didn't care, and we didn't have no job. Well, now that we have jobs, well, good, yes. When they throw a concert for our age, they got to call it Funk Fest, Jazz in the Gardens, and hold it outside. DJs, that's where the audience at. You're trying to market music to a viral generation instead of marketing music to the music generation you come from. Don't forget where you come from.
But he
That's
hit that,
good.
boy.
That's real.
Hey,
That's
Come on
good.
here, the captain.
hey, we gotta leave on that note.
I ain't,
Yeah,
listen,
drop the
listen.
mic.
I'm not even in the. I'm not even in the music
Yeah.
industry, and I just want to sit up under you. I ain't even in the music industry, but you just got some awesome nuggets. Awesome nuggets.
Appreciate it. Thank you. And
Nah,
thank y'all for everything.
definitely. Now we greatly appreciate you, man. Hey, and Keith, I'm gonna let you do it. Go ahead and take us up out of here, brother.
Listen, if all hearts and minds are clear until we meet again next week, same day, same time. Peace.
Peace.
Appreciate you.
Man, that was awesome.